their first time in the Jack Tosh, and they already reached the semifinals. The other day, Kreshman scored 21 in the first game. They're also ranked all the way up to 169 in the Illinois ranking list.
They have really climbed the ladder, and you're talking a bit about that upset that they have. They upset St. Ignatius. That is not an easy team to upset at the hands of Phoenix Gill and Chris Bolte.
Yeah, that was a great game, beating them just 38-36.
Yeah.
And then coming from the Fenwick Friars side, they are ranked number 18 in Illinois. They are 3-0 in conference and 12-2, beating Christ the King 51-45 the other day. Their best players, Mac Rolas, a 6'5 senior forward, and Michigan football commit, Nathaniel Marshall, leading the way. Also, look out for Jack O'Leary, Dominic Decree, and junior center duo Garrett McNally.
Excited to see what Ty Macriola can do. This one, the starting lineup, Deontay Meeks, the smallest player in the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic, only standing at 5'6". And Fenwick has brought their student section not that far away, private school. A lot of kids from Elmhurst go here.
Yeah, both teams have a pretty decent student section. Fenwick definitely having more.
Tip-off goes the Bears' way, and we are off. Evan Peterson has it in the backcourt, gets it across. Gives it to Kane Kretschmar, now back to Peterson. Peterson going to his left, Meeks guarding him. Drops it down low there to Adrian Reap. He scored that game winner. Down low pass is broken away though by Ty Macriola, but it will stay with the Bears.
Right out the gate, Fenwick already playing tough defense. You gotta look out for that.
Looking it up top now. Now over to Peterson. Peterson drops this one down low to Reap. Reap's shot won't go. Fenwick trying to take it away. They can't though. Peterson trapped in the corner. Drops it down low up top now to Olsen. Olsen fading away. Can't get it to go. Macriola pulls down the board. Gives it over to Cameron Hogan. Hogan now to Decree. Dominic Decree tries to drop that one down to Macriola. He can't hold it. He's going to stay with the Friars.
Already off to a fast-paced game. Both teams very athletic, very quick.
They have been awfully aggressive thus far. Down low pass. Hogan trying to get something to go. He can't. Taken away by Peterson. Now to Kretschmar. Back to Peterson. He fumbles the ball. He keeps it though. Trying to shake off Meeks. Peterson spinning. Peterson going inside all the way, and he is fouled. They'll call that one on the shot. So Evan Peterson will now go to the charity stripe for 2 for his team's first chance at any points on the board.
Peterson very quick, very crafty, as we saw yesterday in his game winner. He drove past 3 defenders to get that nice left-hand layup, as he tried to do right there again. Just very physical from Fenwick, fouling him.
Evan Peterson's first free throw goes down. Minute 15 in, and there's only 1 point on the board, now 2. Both these teams being very pesky on defense thus far. Meeks up top, being guarded by Kane Kretschmar. Down low pass is deflected and taken away by Tyler Olsen. He's trying to keep it though. Collision there, Hogan gets it over, and shot no good there from Jack O'Leary. Reap gives it out to the corner, now back up top to Peterson. Now to Kretschmar. Kretschmar's got to be careful, he is close to the backcourt. Peterson again, spinning, trying to create, going to his right. Peterson goes inside, can't get the 2 to fall. It's pulled down again though by Olsen. And Reap goes up, they're gonna call it a travel there.
Olsen, a very big player. He's gonna get a lot of boards tonight.
Tyler Olsen standing at 6'4". Both these teams come in a bit more undersized than most of the Tosh talent, and that is what makes them so interesting as a team. Macriola gives us one down low to O'Leary, but it's disrupted there by Reap. Meeks up top. Meeks spinning. Kicks it back out in the corner to Dupree. Dupree to Macriola. Macriola collects his step, fades away. No good. Offensive rebound by O'Leary. O'Leary going inside, tries to drop this one to Dupree. He gets it, pulls up from mid-range. No good again. And Strauss pulls this one down. He gives it over to Peterson now. Peterson going inside, kicks it out. Reap in the corner for three. No good again. Meeks kicks it in the corner. Macriola for three. Was looking for a foul there, nothing called. Peterson pulls the board down, and a foul there, a transition take called on Jack O'Leary.
Peterson trying to be tough with the ball, as these guys are so much bigger than him. They're being very physical with him. He's not used to that.
Five minutes, 4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Still a 2-0 ball game. The Lake Zurich Bears lead. Peterson being trapped in the backcourt by Jake Tice. He's checked in now for the first time. Olsen gives this one back to Peterson. Tice not letting him go anywhere. Peterson spinning. Gives it back out in the corner to Olsen. Olsen goes to Reap. Reap getting doubled. Reap getting wrapped up. The ball's on the floor. Who's got it? It's called a jump ball. And it will go Fenwick's way.
This is definitely going to be one of the more physical games we've seen all of Tosh, especially because the Friars, I mean, you got the players out here, such as Meeks and Decree. You're going to see them being very physical.
Tice taking it up now for the Friars. Marshall going inside. Marshall spins, kicks it back out in the corner. Wild pass there, intended for Frankie Hosty.
Yeah, we saw Marshall the other day trying to do some a dunk. He went up for the dunk, and he failed that dunk, and he fell on his back.
Tice going inside. Tice, tough move. Shot won't fall. King Kretschmar taking it the other way. Kretschmar going inside. Mid-range shot. No good again. Friars going the other way now. Jake Tice creating. He almost loses it. Tries to give this one in the corner. It's saved by Watts. Now back up top to Marshall.
A problem I've seen with these teams so far this tournament, they're trying to go too fast at times. That's why they don't score till later in the game when they start to get tired and slow things down.
Both these teams controlling their opponent's pace on offense. Oh, great down low feed there to Tice. Marshall.
Marshall, very aggressive passer. You saw that risky pass, but he got it done.
Reap. Now to Peterson. Over to Reed. Now on to Olsen. Olsen, shot blocked there by Marshall. He pulls it down. And they're gonna slow it down here a bit. Control their own tempo. Tice taking it up now for the Friars. Tice. With Peterson on his back. Loses it. Ball being battled for. Peterson comes away with it for the Bears. Kretschmar. Now back to Peterson. Peterson feeds this one down low. Post up here, and a foul called on the way up. They're gonna call that on the shot. That one on Tommy Tice, his first of the night.
Tice, a little too aggressive on that play. You saw Marshall coming over. That would have been a clean block on Marshall if it wasn't for Tice.
Connor Strauss now at the line for two for the Bears. Misses the first.
Some substitutions here. Entering the game for Fenwick is going to be Decree, as well as number 4, Watts. On the other side, coming back into the game for the Lake Zurich is going to be Kretschmar and Peterson.
Macriola checking in for the Friars as well. Strauss goes 1 for 2 from the line.
Now coming in, Hogan coming in the game. Leaving is going to be Theis.
Watts gets this one taken away by Peterson. Peterson gives this one over to Kretschmar. Kretschmar going inside, and he's blocked away, but they will call a foul. Powerful rejection there.
Not sure about that one. They maybe a little towards body contact on that. That looked like all ball from the arm. As we're seeing right here, going up with it. I don't see any arm there. Definitely all ball on that call.
Kane Kretschmar now at the stripe with the chance for his first points of the night. First free throw rattles in.
Coming back in is Theis. Exiting is going to be decreed.
Kretschmar's second free throw also good. So 2 for 2 from the line. It's a 5-2 ball game now.
Another substitution here as Strauss is going to exit. Coming in will be Reed.
Both these teams have exceptional depth on their team and like to use it to their fullest ability, as you can see here. Hogan gives this one to Watts. Now down low, it's intercepted by Peterson again. Man, he's been a menace on defense thus far. Kretschmar, no, not Kretschmar. Kaczmarek. Kretschmar gets this one in the corner. 3-ball up, 3-ball no good. Marshall taking it up now. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the first. Macriola. Now to Hogan up top. To Marshall. Marshall pulls up. Marshall got it to fall.
Great shot from Marshall there. Recognizing his surroundings, nobody near him, decided to pull up a little bit, and he got the shot to go.
Peterson up top now. Kickball violation called there on Jimmy Watts.
Substitution once again, Kretschmar leaving the game. Coming in for him is going to be Strauss.
Peterson now over to Strauss, back up top to Reed. Peterson gets it again. It's being tracked around. Drops this one down low now to Strauss. Fenwick trying to get them to lose control here. They still hold on to it. Strauss trying to get this one down low. It's picked off again. Strauss gets it back. Hogan taking it the other way now. Gives it to Meeks. Meeks one-on-one. And a foul called there. And Meeks will now go to the line for 2.
Meeks, definitely not the biggest player on the court, but he's sure powerful on that play. Just bullying his defender and getting the shot up, drawing the foul.
Great job by Meeks there. Realizes that he's not going to be able to create separation with his defender, so he's just going to absorb the contact on his way up. Free throw is up and good.
Subbing back in is going to be O'Leary for Fenwick, as well as Kretschmar for the Bears.
Second free throw also good. 7-5 game now. Fenwick controls. Peterson. Great press here being run by Fenwick. Like Zurich breaks it, but Macriola takes it away. Macriola trying to create separation. Meeks just getting thrown around right now up top. They reset. 3-second difference in shot and game clock. Macriola back up top to Meeks. Meeks going to his left. Gives it to Hogan. Hogan holding. He goes to his right. He goes inside, kicks it back out. Macriola, 3. No. Rebounded by Kretschmar. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Kretschmar gets this one poked away with 1.3 seconds remaining. Lake Zurich is able to get a shot up with this time remaining.
Another example of the great defense from both teams so far, just stopping possessions as they're trying to sub in a player quickly. Fenwick is going to send a McMahon. Exiting is going to be a Meeks.
McMahon bringing in some size, much needed size here off this inbound. As he towers over Peterson. 3 ball up at the buzzer. Just off from Kane Kretschmar there. So a 7-5 ball game at the end of the first quarter. And this is a pretty low scoring affair thus far. Very, very pesky, both these teams on defense.
Yeah, definitely. Peterson leading the Bears on their defensive end, having multiple turnovers early on, and he's definitely the hustle player of the game right now. And on Fenwick's side, you got Meeks absorbing that foul early on, giving his team the extra bucket.
But that will step aside. Second quarter coming your way. You're watching New York Sports Network. Hello, welcome back here. Start of the second quarter underway here. Strauss inbounds this one to Peterson. Now over to Kretschmar. Reap. Ooh, shot falls and rattles in there for Connor Strauss.
20, Connor Strauss.
Meeks drops this one down low to Hogan. Peterson rolling in there to try and stop the ball. He's having an incredible defensive performance thus far, Zach.
Yes, definitely. He's forced multiple turnovers within the first period and already hit that ball out of play the first few seconds of this.
Meeks holding up top. Gives this one down low to Hogan. Now Macriola fires from mid-range, rattles in and out. Peterson going the other way. Gives it to Olsen. Now back to Peterson. Olsen in the corner, 3 up. No good. And an offensive rebound from Kretschmar and an offensive foul called there. Macriola gets on the floor to absorb the contact.
Great job from Macriola, being able to take that charge for his team, giving them another opportunity to take the lead.
Right there, plants his feet perfectly, gets his body set. That's exactly what you got to do.
Sub, Macriola leaving the game. Entering is going to be O'Leary.
Macriola bringing it up. Macriola loses this one. Marshall up top now. Marshall goes inside, is stripped away by Strauss. Hogan trying to grab it. O'Leary, Peterson, and Kretschmar all tied up. And it'll be Fenwick's basketball.
That's great hustle from all those players there. As Kretschmar is grabbing his knee, he got hurt in that play.
Went down hard on the floor. Marshall. Marshall creating, tough shot there, won't go. Clock winding down, had to throw some kind of prayer up. Kretschmar gives this one to Peterson, now to Reap. Down low pass. Creating is Connor Strauss again.
Great job passing around that horn, getting the ball into the lane.
Hogan is fouled by Peterson.
That is going to be Peterson's first foul of the game. He's got to be careful. He's a very good defensive player. They got to keep him in the game as long as possible.
Hogan to trigger on the inbound here for the Friars. Gives this one up top to Watts. Watts gets this one tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Fenwick.
The defenses of this game are still going hard. No one has reached double-digit points yet.
Hogan bringing it up. Hogan goes inside. He's blocked away by Peterson, and he is fouled on the follow-up there by Olsen.
Another great defensive play from Peterson. Ultimately, not ending in their favor as another Bear ended up getting the foul call.
Good job by Peterson there, yeah.
Driving in, nice block. Olsen, just a little bit too much arm action on that one.
Hogan's first free throw is off. Hogan's second free throw good. He goes 1 for 2 from the line.
There's going to be some subs here. Leaving the game for Fenwick is going to be Thies. Entering will be Marshall.
Reed gives it to Peterson. Kretschmar. Now to Peterson. Over to Olsen. Now up top to Peterson again. 10 seconds left on the clock. Shot is up. Strauss misses. Hogan pulls down the board.
Hogan, great rebounding. Coming all the way up from the top of the key to get that.
Hogan. This is one to Watts. Now to Tice. Thies, excuse me. Corner three from Watts won't fall. Peterson pulls down the rebound. Peterson now in the corner. Peterson calling for Olsen to fill right. Gives it now to him. Now back up top to Peterson. "12 seconds left on the clock. 3 ball up and good. Counted from Kane Kretschmar.
They finally reached double digits on the day.
Drive here inside. No foul called there as Thies goes up for a tough 2.
Great play from Thies, powering his way through his defender.
Peterson up top. Into his left. Surveying, gives it to Kretschmar. Now one more down low to Strauss. Strauss gives this one to Olsen. Olsen is fouled on his way up. They're not going to count the basket there.
Just shot that one a little too late. Coach Coughlin yelling at Kretschmar, telling him he's got to box out better. Right here, trying to go up with it. That's different play.
Olsen's first free throw is good. Nate Marshall coming in for the Friars along with Thies. He's checking back in. Actually, Thies never checked out. He was just talking it up with Coach Ferguson. Olsen's second free throw is good. It's a 14-10 ball game. Lake Zurich controls. Thies. Down low pass to Hogan. Hogan. Now to Thies again. Dupree going around. Dupree, tough midi, got it to fall. Dominic Dupree.
Dupree having the ability to make the shot on the move is something you want to see on a roster.
Peterson calling for a screen up top. Kretschmar. Now to Peterson again. Peterson trying to find something open down low. Instead, he gives it to Olsen in the corner for three. His shot won't go. Offensive rebound and putback by Adrian Reap.
Reap, great awareness there. Recognizing the shot was nowhere near the basket and getting that to put back.
Thies going to his right, gives it to Dupree. Dupree now to Hogan. Hogan down low, he's fouled, and will go to the stripe for two.
Great pass from Dupree. Hogan trying to get that up. And that was definitely a foul. That was like, you could hear the pound on the ball. Trying to go up with it there. Might have been all ball, but he definitely got on top of him there.
Hogan now at the line for a chance for two. First free throw goes down.
Subs being made. Zurich entering the game will be Reed. And for the Friars, entering the game will be Meeks, as well as Mac Riola.
Hogan at the line for one more. Kretschmar pulls this one down. Strauss going inside. He's stripped away, though. Here come the Friars the other way. Mac Riola, layup in transition, got it to go.
Mac Riola, great footwork, avoiding his defender who was trying to take the charge, going right around him and getting that bucket.
Kretschmar, 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. To Peterson up top. Reed gives this one over to Reap. Reap to Peterson. Peterson back up top to Reap. Shot blocked away there by Hogan, and he pulls it down.
Hogan, great block, and then getting that board. Jump.
Marshall for three, no good.
Marshall too quick on that one. Didn't set his feet. Had plenty of time on the shot clock. Just took that shot too quick.
And a timeout called by Lake Zurich. What momentum here from the Friars. We'll step away. You're watching York Sports Network. Back here, we were just talking about some spooky stuff over the break. Some real spooky stuff. Peterson going the other way. He's being trapped by Meeks. Corner three from Strauss. Short.
Not enough mustard on that one. Couldn't get that ball anywhere near the rim.
Thies. Now to Macriola. Macriola pulls up mid-range. No. Pulled down by Kretschmar. Peterson. Kretschmar in the corner. Kretschmar, offensive foul called. Great job there by Meeks.
Meeks, despite his size, as I said earlier, he's doing a great job on the defensive end, locking up Peterson. Peterson only having 2 points on the day, as some subs are being made. For Zurich, entering is 33 Olsen, coming back in the game, leaving will be... Got it.
Marshall controls. He gives it to Macriola. Out of Thies. Thies receives a screen. Marshall goes inside. Marshall, powerful move, gets, oh, an offensive foul called there.
I thought he was going up for the dunk. The team's still excited about that. I don't think they recognize it.
No, not an offensive foul. That's an and one.
They did the charge. Did they not do the charge?
I saw.
Watch the replay right here. He does a block. Oh, yeah, that was a blocking. Great play from him there. I thought he was going to go up for the dunk.
Looked like he was. Realized he had to compromise a bit there on his way up. But, I mean, you know Marshall can slam that one home.
Yes, he can. Looking to get back from the dunk the other night where he unsuccessfully.
It was at the end of the game. Gabe Arriaga not happy with that dunk at the end, said it was very unsportsmanlike. O'Leary checking in now for Marshall.
Just a 3-point deficit for Lake Zurich. 49 seconds left on the clock.
Zurich trying to inbound. They give it to Peterson. He's been their guy for this game. Reed. Out of Peterson, back to Reed. .33 seconds to go. Strauss to Peterson. Peterson goes inside. Tries to give it down low to Strauss, but it's intercepted, taken away by the Friars. Here they come the other way. Thies gives this one to Macriola. Macriola going inside. Macriola goes up. Whoa, what a tough move there from Ty Macriola.
Macriola fakes the shot in the corner. Gets his defender to go up for that, and that is one of the toughest plays we've seen of this tournament.
Peterson. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They give it over to Reap. Reap, last second shot is blocked. And what a run here at the end of the first half from the Fenwick Friars. And they have all the momentum going in to the break.
Friars leading by 5. Every single one of the players on their team is doing their part right now.
Let's look at that Nate Marshall drive inside again. Just a powerful, powerful move. Look at this. Well, there's an easy 2 from him.
Zurich needing to pick up their pace on offense. The defensive end is what has kept them in this game. Players such as Kretschmar and definitely Peterson. Peterson getting so many boards against players that are twice his size. And with that, we will be taking a short break, but don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We'll be back for some second half action. You're watching Your Sports Network.
Also, the all-Tosh tournament team will be announced at the conclusion of the championship game. All athletes and families are invited to that recognition tomorrow. Let's quickly thank our sponsors of the 2024 Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. Breakaway Basketball, Byline Bank, Cameo Dental, Chicago Super Coach LLC, EJ Daniel, Elmhurst Airborne Basketball, Elmhurst Baseball and Softball, Elmhurst Eagles Football, Elmhurst Photo Boutique, Empis, Every Single Day Basketball, Howard Customs, ICI Builds, Knights Basketball, Lockdown Basketball, Lucio Digital Coaching Tools, LW Reedy Real Estate, Mama Maria's Pizza, the Martucci family, MC Squared, Midwest Cardiovascular Institute, Roberto's, State Farm Agent Mike Callahan, Green Level Basketball Training, and the York Athletic Boosters. Thank you for your support of the Tosh Holiday Classic.
We welcome you back in absolutely electric main gym right now as Fenwick has brought the entire school along with them.
As Luca said, he didn't say it correct. Absolutely electric crowd here tonight.
Should exaggerate it a bit more. The Bears will start with it. Peterson gets it in the backcourt. Peterson up top. Now to Kretschmar. Peterson in the corner. Offensive rebound, though, by Reap. He gets it taken away by Hogan. Now to Macriola. He's going to take it up slow, wait for Hogan to recover.
What Peterson lacks on offense right now, he's definitely making up for it on his defensive game.
Macriola drops this one over to O'Leary. Now to Hogan. Macriola. Trying to get a look inside or of his own. Macriola creating, gives it to Meeks. Meeks passes it over to Ducree. Ducree fading away, no good. Offensive rebound though by Hogan, goes right to him and it gets an easy 2 to go.
Hogan just jumping over his defenders there to get that ball to go in. He was up there.
Peterson. Reap. Back up top to Peterson. Peterson going inside. Loses control of the ball and gives it back up to Reap for 3. No good. And a put back on the other side for Kane Kretschmar.
Peterson being a playmaker right now, passing the ball, giving him the open look, which eventually led to the putback.
Macriola gives this one down low to Meeks. Meeks getting thrown around and gives it out to Ducree. Ducree's corner 3 goes.
Ducree, big threat. He's an amazing three-point shooter.
Peterson taking it up. Kretschmar. Peterson going to his left. Gives it over to Strauss. Strauss throws this one down low and it goes out of bounds and it's Fenwick's basketball.
A little too quick on that possession there. Should have taken his time more. They still had a decent amount of time left on the shot clock.
And a timeout called by Lake Zurich. Coach Coughlin wants to talk things over. We will be right back. You are watching York Sports Network. And we welcome you back. Final game in the South Gym just concluded as the St. Ignatius Wolfpack defeated the Christ the King Gladiators soundly. Hogan up top. Gives this one over to Watts. Now to Macriola. Macriola drops this one down low to O'Leary. It's tipped away. O'Leary got to make sure he doesn't travel. Now to Ducree. Ducree gives this one down low to Hogan. Hogan goes up. He's wrapped up. And they're going to call it jump ball. No foul on the shot there.
Hogan definitely looking for the foul on that one. He's visibly upset about that call.
Let's look at that again.
Pass in. Hogan trying to go up with it. I think it was definitely the right call there.
Down low pass here to Hogan. Hogan collects his step, gives it out to Macriola in the corner for 3. No good.
Macarilla taking the right shot, wide open, just couldn't get that one to fall.
Peterson, now to Kretschmar, back to Peterson. Kretschmar, 3. Kretschmar got it to go.
Kretschmar, a little celebration there as he pushes his points up to 10, leading both teams in scoring.
Dupree gives this one to Hogan. Now to Macriola. Macriola going inside, loses his dribble, it goes out. And they're gonna say it was last touch by Lake Zurich. Kane Kretschmar cannot believe the call.
Yeah, Kretschmar looked like he saved it. Friars players confused also, not knowing what happened. Both teams unsure of the ref's call at first.
Strauss the trigger on the inbound. Fenwick opts not to run a press here. Peterson over to Kretschmar, now back to Peterson. Peterson drops this one down low to Strauss. Strauss, easy 2, got it.
Strauss just waiting for his defender. He flew right over him, putting that back up.
Thies gives this one over to Dupree. Macriola, trapped. Gets it back up top now, though. Now in the corner to Watts. Now back to Macriola. Dupree holds, 12 seconds left on the clock. Dupree getting shifty, gives it back out though to Thies. Thies goes inside, Thies spins. He cannot hit it. And Fenwick trying to block out Lake Zurich here, but they do get it across. Kretschmar gets this one deflected, Reap recovers. Reap going inside, he gets this one stripped away though by Marshall. And a timeout called by Fenwick as Marshall would not have been able to recover there on that break.
That was another great defensive play from Peterson down there, stripping the ball away from multiple Fenwick defenders.
Great down low backdoor find right there. That will head to break. You are watching York Sports Network. Back here. Sorry. Back here. Marshall taking it up. Down to Macriola. Macriola, one-handed floater won't go. And one. Count the bucket and the foul for Jake Thies.
Thies just powering his way through his defenders. He can't be stopped today. Thies only up, no, Thies up to 8 points on the day.
Thies converts on the N1. He has 9 now, 29-23. A 6-point lead here for the Friars. Kretschmar. Now to Peterson. Kretschmar again. Kretschmar steps back, 3-ball up, 3-ball no good. Watts pulls down the rebound for the Friars. Over to Marshall. Marshall goes back out. Gives it to Thies. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. Thies going to his right, gives it over to Macriola. Macriola to Watts. Thies going inside. Thies goes up for 2, can't get it to go. Marshall is fouled on his way up though on the putback.
Marshall, the Michigan football commit, as we saw on an interview just the other day, he's saying it does relate the football power as well as the translating to the basketball court.
Nate Marshall now at the line for 2.
couple subs here entering the game is going to be decreed.
Marshall's second free throw is good. Fenwick really trapping here in the backcourt. Lake Zurich trying to get it over. Kretschmar, this ball is tipped. It goes out. And it was last touched by Kretschmar himself.
Reed trying to save the ball there. Kind of afraid he was going to fall into projector. Kind of laid back, making sure he didn't run into that.
Inside drive here is broken up. Feast was looking for the foul, but instead it's a jump ball, and it's going Lake Zurich's way.
Zurich playing another great possession of defense. They are unstoppable on that part of their game so far.
Peterson getting trapped in the backcourt. Taken away by Hogan. Hogan gives this one over to Watts, who is not fouled there. We'll just call that one out of bounds.
Great play by Strauss, getting that strip of the ball, hitting it out of play. Zurich seeming unstoppable. As I said earlier, the defensive game just immaculate right now.
They now have an 8-point lead. Down low pass and slam from Nate Marshall.
There's Marshall's dunk. He was waiting for it all game. We've seen him try to go up for multiple attempts, and he finally got up there. Great inbound play design. He was wide open, and he slammed it down.
Not even a run-up. That was right off the jump. Peterson up top. Peterson trying to create. He goes inside. Gives it back out to Kretschmar. Kretschmar going inside. Kretschmar gets this one stripped away, and they'll call a foul on the floor. In transition, so it'll stay with Zurich.
Kretschmar trying to take that ball in toughly. He almost got around him, but he got that ball. He was hit hard.
Wow, instead they will call a shooting foul there. So Kretschmar will now go to the line.
I'm not sure about that shooting. Definitely a foul, don't get me wrong, but he was not going up with that.
Back in the game for Lake Zurich, number 14, Adrian Reed.
Back in the game for Lake Zurich is going to be Reed. And Meeks coming in for the Friars. Just a 10-point ball game, 1:30 left in the third quarter. This game could go either way.
Second free throw goes down. Watts gets this one over. Now to Marshall. He holds it up top. Minute 20 to go. Marshall goes on the floor there. Now to Watts. Back up top to Hogan. Now to Thies. Minute left here in the third. Thies up top. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Thies on the floor. Gives this one out to Meeks. Marshall's gonna have to fire this one up. Oh, and he got it to go.
Marshall, with no time left on the clock, gets that to connect.
Kretschmar. Peterson up top, now back to Kretschmar. 35 seconds left on the clock. Meeks hounding him on defense, has to go back outside. Peterson, and a travel called there on Peterson.
The momentum for Fenwick is immaculate right now. The fans for them, the student section is going crazy. That three-pointer, as long with the travel, they're gonna go on a run here.
Look at that, he just has to chuck up a prayer there and it is answered.
Great selling from him right there. He is absolutely hyped.
And that is just showing how well everything is going for Fenwick right now. They're getting everything to go. Macriola over to Meeks. 16 seconds left on the clock. They can hold. Meeks goes inside. Meeks all on his own. He gets it stripped away, though. Here come the Bears. Kretschmar goes inside. He is fouled.
That's going to be 2 for him. Going in for the shot, trying to do the jelly layup as a defender met him there and slapped him on the arm. Look at the block right here. Meeks hounded on defense again by Peterson. Peterson can't be stopped on defense.
And Kretschmar's first free throw will not fall, and that is showing how everything is going for Lake Zurich right now. As nothing is going and everything seems to be falling apart here at the end of the third quarter.
As the Cree enters the game and exiting will be Meeks. Plus 8.2 left on the clock, 12-point game.
Second free throw won't go. He tries to grab his own board, but instead Hogan picks it up. He gives it over. The other side, Macriola, last second shot. Oh, he got it! Ty Macriola at the buzzer.
Macriola getting the ball with 2 seconds left on the clock. He set his feet, he had the time, he made the shot.
And everything is going perfect here for the Friars heading in to the fourth quarter. 39-24 now. What a turnaround. They lead by 15 now.
And with that, we are going to take a short break leading into the fourth quarter and the final action. We'll be right back with York Sports Network. Welcome back to the fourth and final quarter of action. Fenwick currently leading 39-24. Here we go, folks.
Thies gives us one out in the corner to Watts. Now back up top to Macriola. Macriola over to Hogan. Macriola calling for a screen up top. Losing control of that ball. It's tipped away by Kretschmar. He keeps it. Macriola, same spot from 3, no good.
Macriola, not enough time on that shot like he had before.
Peterson now into the corner to Reap. We haven't seen much from him. Peterson going to his right. Gives us one out in the corner to Olsen. Now back up top to Peterson. Corner 3 won't fall there for Reap.
They're going to have to start picking up the productivity on offense. Down 15, they're going to have to come back from that deficit very quickly.
Hogan up top. It's going to take this one slow. Gives this one over to Thies. Thies. Ducree going inside, kicks this one out. Wide open 3, no good there. But an offensive rebound, right place, right time there for Thies, but he couldn't get it to go. Kretschmar taking it up now for Lake Zurich. Peterson going inside. Gives this one down low to Olsen. Great backdoor cut. He can't get it to go.
There's going to be some subs now entering the game for Zurich. It's going to be Reed, and entering the game for the Friars is going to be Marshall as well as Meeks. Exiting will be Thies, and exiting for the Bears will be Olsen.
Ducree will also take a seat here for the Friars. 6.5 minutes to go here in this exciting fourth quarter action. And it is all Fenwick now. Reed gives this one over. Kretschmar, pump fake, midi. He's fouled on his way up by Marshall.
Zurich struggling with offense. We've seen them struggle with it throughout the tournament. They played very well, one of their best offensive performances last game, but now they're starting to slow down at the wrong time.
Kretschmar now at the charity stripe for 2. Kretschmar gets the first one to go down.
As there's going to be some more subs here after free throw. Coming back into the game is going to be Beast as well as Marshall.
Kretschmar's third shot goes down.
12-point deficit now.
Macriola going to his left. Getting posted up here. Gives it over to Hogan. Now to Meeks. Meeks getting trapped here. Spinning. Gives this one out to Macriola. Macriola going inside. One more up top to Meeks. Now to Marshall. Marshall steps back. Tough shot. Got it! Nate Marshall!
Marshall, another clutch time 3 for his team, putting them over the edge. They are favorable to win this game.
Nate Marshall up to 18 now. Peterson gives this one over to Reed. Peterson goes inside, tough shot, can't get it to go. Peterson. Hogan lands on top of Peterson. And a foul called on the Friars. Dominic Dupree getting ready to check in here for Fenwick as Macriola will take a seat.
I must say Marshall should consider being a two-sport athlete when he goes to Michigan. He is a great basketball player.
18 points and has hit 3 threes now in this game. So very versatile. And a foul down low called on Marshall.
Slowly coming away with the game of the Friars. 42-27, 5:25 left on the clock. 15-point deficit they're gonna have to make up in just 5 minutes.
Peterson gives this one up top to Reed. Reed goes inside, he is blocked. Now back up top, Kretschmar. Being guarded tightly here. Kretschmar goes back out to Peterson. Now a 3-ball from Reed. That one will fall.
Maybe that 3-pointer will get something rolling.
Marshall going the other way, and he powers through and gets an easy bucket.
Marshall up to 20 on the day. Great performance from him today.
And a foul called there as Kretschmar took a shot to the face there. O'Leary coming back in now for Fenwick.
Marshall is going to take a well-deserved break as they lead by 14.
That might be all we see from Marshall tonight. If so, what an incredible performance. Maybe not. Looks like he's sitting at the end of the bench, but he has 20 now. Down low, shot won't go. And nothing seems to be falling for Lake Zurich right now. Meeks up top. Gives this one up top to Dupree now. Dupree is fouled.
Lake Zurich foul number 11, Evan Peterson, his second, team's first.
With a 14-point lead, Zurich is really going to have to start making their shots. As you said, Luca, they can't get anything to fall. They're going to have to go on a hot streak if they want to come back for this one.
Hogan gives this one into Meeks. Meeks fakes this one down low. Corner 3 won't go. And putback also won't go there for Thies. Reed gives this one up top to Kretschmar. Now to Peterson in the corner. Peterson back up top. 3-ball falls. Connection there from Connor Strauss. It's an 11-point game now. Dupree goes inside And a travel called there on Dominic Dupree. Another turnover here, and Lake Zurich seems to be getting some kind of life, but Macriola and Marshall sub back in, who have their fingerprints all over this dominating performance from Fenwick.
Yeah, they got their breaks, and now they're back in to close this game out. 11 points now. It's getting fairly close in the remaining 4 minutes of the game.
Strauss gets this one over to Peterson, now to Strauss, up to Kretschmar now. Strauss, back to Kretschmar. Down low pass to Strauss, it's intercepted. No, Strauss trying to keep it on the floor, and a timeout quickly called by Coach Coughlin. And with that, we will step aside. 11-point ball game, 3 minutes, 38 seconds to go. You're watching York Sports Network.
Be a full 60-second timeout for the Bears.
Welcome back from the break. Zurich inbounding the ball now.
Peterson gets this one intercepted though, and it's intercepted by Peterson himself. 3-ball, Kretschmar. Ooh, just off the mark. Rebound tipped over to Hogan. Now to Marshall in the backcourt. Marshall crosses the half court, gives it to Hogan. Thought about shooting it there, and a reach from behind is called. And Lake Zurich does have a real chance here to come back. Now they only trail by 11 with 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go. The only thing they need to be careful of is they only have 2 timeouts remaining. They had to call that timeout to keep possession there on that ball being battled for on the floor.
Yeah, Kretschmar doing a great job running up and down the court, being very aggressive. Even though we got the foul, he's a big hustle factor right now for their team.
Thies up top gives this one over to Macriola. And a timeout called by Coach Ferguson. And the Friars are in a bit of a run for their money now.
They're going to talk things over. And with that, we're going to take a short break. 3 minutes left, 44-33. We'll be right back with York Sports Network.
Back here, 11-point ball game now, 44-33 in Lake Zurich. The Bears are trying to claw their way back. Hogan up top now. Gets the screen from Marshall up top, and a foul called there on Adrian Reap. That is the team's 5th now. No, excuse me, that's their 3rd.
That's going to be his first of the night. He doesn't have to worry about fouls.
Hogan gets it in the backcourt. Reap wrapping up Hogan. And another foul there called on Reap.
Reap doesn't like that call. I said before he doesn't have to worry about fouls. Probably still doesn't, but he's up to 2 on the night. So here, entering the game will be Decree. Exiting will be Thies. Thies has done a great job for his team, being a great role player. Now, for Zurich, entering the game will be Olsen, and exiting will be Reed. He also did a great job for their team tonight.
Hogan gets it in the backcourt again. This time Reap is not guarding him. Instead, he is guarding Marshall, who gets it now. Marshall gives this one over to Macriola, now up top to Thies. Marshall going around the top of the key. Hogan goes inside, kicks this one out to Dupree in the corner. Opts not to shoot the 3, gives it to Thies. Less than 2.5 minutes to go now. Hogan going to his left, he goes inside, collects his step, gives this one out to Macriola. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Marshall fires away for 3, gets this one blocked. He recovers, last second shot. Oh, just off.
That could be a shot clock violation. Marshall, for a second there, I thought he had a chance at hitting that shot.
Saw him hit a circus shot already. Wouldn't be shocked if we saw another one.
Back in for Fenwick is going to be Meeks, as well as for the Bears, Reed.
Peterson over to Reap. Reap now back out to Strauss. Strauss getting locked up here by Marshall. Strauss going inside, and they're gonna wave off the basket, instead call a foul here on the floor, but it will not look like a foul on the floor because they have now entered the bonus. So Strauss will go to the line for 2.
That's going to be Marshall's second foul of the night as well. A lot of players on Fenwick, 2 fouls. So drains that first shot.
Cuts it to a 10-point game.
Coming in the game, Olsen back in, as well as for the Friars, Thies.
Second free throw goes down.
That's going to be a 9-point game. Lake Zurich is going to call a timeout. They got to talk things over for a game plan. Only down 9, 1:59 left in the clock. We'll be right back with York Sports Network.
Wait.
Welcome back. 1:59 remaining on the clock. This game is heating up. 9-point deficit for the Bears.
Macriola now to inbound for the Friars. Hogan gets it, and they're gonna say he was pushed out of bounds there by Cash Kasmarek. Excuse me, that's not Cash Kasmarek. That is Tyler Olsen. Less than 2 minutes to go now. 44-35. Tyler Reed getting ready to check in here for Lake Zurich. First free throw goes down. Both teams now in the bonus. Tommy Thies coming back in. Hogan at the line for his second. Can make this an 11-point game. Hogan's second free throw, no good. Still a 10-point game. And Peterson gets this wild pass. They gotta go. Peterson gives this one over in the corner to Reap. Reap spinning, Reap. No foul called there. Marshall taking it the other way now for Fenwick. Marshall, Euro, Marshall fouled on his way up by Reap.
That was a tough foul there. Definitely a lot of body contact as we see taking the ball up the court. Hogan trying to pass it in. He gets fouled.
At the line of shoot 2 for Fenwick, 23.
Hogan talking over with Ferguson. Ten-point game. Looking to make this shot.
Marshall's first free throw is good.
Second for Lake Zurich, 33. Tyler Olson.
Tyler Olson getting ready to check in here now for the Bears again. Out goes Tyler Reed. Marshall's second free throw goes down. It's a 12-point game now. Peterson taking this one up for the Bears. He gives this one quickly over to Olson. Reap goes inside. Reap can't get the 2 to go. Puts back his own basket, though. Dupree. Now back up top to Marshall. Hogan is fouled by Reap. That is his 4th, and you know how you said he doesn't have to worry about any fouls.
Yeah, he got up there real quick, those fouls, having 0 at the start of the 4th quarter. Now there's going to be some subs after the first shot.
Free throw is off. Tyler Reed coming back in. They're going to have to take out Reap here. He has 4 personals, and they'd like to preserve him if this game goes any further than regulation. Hogan gets the second free throw to drop. Kretschmar now. Bounces this one over. Now to Reed. Reed goes up mid-range. Can't get it to go. Tries to get his own board, but Hogan pulls it down. 11-point game now. Marshall. And no, not a timeout called. A foul called here on another Lake Zurich play. No, a timeout was called. Fenwick calls timeout, 48-37. 11-point Fenwick lead. You're watching York Sports Network. Back here, Dupree set to inbound here for Fenwick. Acriola trying to get this one away, and he is fouled, so he will go to the line for 2. Lake Zurich will not quit. They trail by 11. With 48 seconds to go.
Trailing by 11, still trying to get as many fouls out as possible. I don't think the comeback is going to happen, but they can foul as much as they want.
Macriola's first free throw goes down. And it looks like reserves will be coming in here for Lake Zurich as Peterson will take a seat along with Strauss. In comes Sam Elias along with Dominic Curtis. Second free throw goes down. It's a 13-point game.
Don't forget Sam Elias.
Elias up top. Not a Kretschmar. Elias for three. No good. Marshall gets this one up top, and they'll just dribble this one out, and that should do it. The Fenwick Friars are going to the finals for the championship bracket here at the half centennial Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. And Marshall's gonna try and slam this. He does this time. Last time you may remember he didn't against Christ the King. And they're gonna call the game there.
Fenwick fans, very supportive, all coming out. They're definitely happy. They were chanting one of the buses a couple minutes ago. That's gonna do it.
A great game from both teams here. Lake Zurich coming out of nowhere this whole tournament. This was their first year at the Jack Tosh, and were not seen as a threat, and they made it all the way to the championship semifinals. Absolutely absurd performance from both these teams, and Fenwick will be facing Bolingbrook in the championship, and Lake Zurich will be facing Metamora in the third place game.
In the third place game, that game will be at 1:30.
Stick around. We got Connor Choi interviewing Nate Marshall. We go to him now.
All right, guys, I'm down here with Nate Marshall. Nate, you had 22 points. You were able to find your shot early. You had perimeter shooting, and you were working inside the paint as well. 3-level scoring for you today. How are you able to figure it all out?
Man, just playing through my teammates, really. They knew when whoever has a high hand, that's who we get a ball to, and I just happened to have a high hand today, and I was making shots, so they kept feeding me, and I got my 20 ball.
Wasn't just offensively, defensively, you were disrupting as well. You were able to force a steal late, go on a fast break. You almost went coast to coast and drew a foul, and you went to the line. That kind of put the icing on the cake for you guys. And going into tomorrow, what is your attitude heading into the matchup against Bolingbrook?
Man, same thing how it is every game. We go into every game the same no matter who it is. Bolingbrook's a great team, but we feel like we're a great team too, so we're going to see if we're up for the challenge tomorrow.
Congrats on the great game, and good luck tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, back to you, Luca.
And with that very humble interview from Nate Marshall, that's just going to about do it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I've been Zach Sulkaitis. Alongside me, Luca DeSanto. You've been watching the 50th Annual Jack Tosh Holiday Classic on York Sports Network.